Ladies and gentlemen, today I want you to take a deep breath and let this truth settle in your soul. You are worthy of real love. Not halfway love, not sometimes love, not love that confuses you or makes you question your own worth, but a love that is solid, sure, and undeniable. And if no one has told you this lately, hear it now. You do not have to beg, chase, or settle for someone who doesn't know your value. We live in a time where relationships can feel like mind games, where you're taught to play it cool, act unbothered, or suppress your feelings just to keep someone interested, where ghosting, mixed signals, and emotional inconsistency have become so common that genuine love almost feels foreign. But let's bring it back to the truth. Love, real love, doesn't feel like confusion, it feels like clarity. It doesn't make you anxious, it gives you peace. Love doesn't leave you wondering whether they care. It doesn't come with hot and cold energy. When someone truly loves you, you don't have to guess how they feel about you. You'll know it in their presence, in their actions, and in the way they consistently show up for you, not just with their words, but with their heart. Too many of us have been taught to be loyal to pain, to stay longer than we should, to keep proving our worth to someone who keeps overlooking it. But love is not something you earn by sacrificing your peace or silencing your needs. If someone makes you feel like you're too emotional, too needy, or too much, simply for wanting respect, consistency, and affection, that's not love. That's emotional manipulation dressed up in convenience. This message today is for every person who's ever doubted themselves because someone didn't love them right. For every soul that kept trying to fix something they didn't break. For every heart that stayed silent just to keep the peace. I want you to understand, you don't have to settle, you don't have to shrink, you don't have to play small just to be loved. Real love is calm, real love is kind, real love doesn't leave you questioning if you're good enough, it reminds you that you are. It doesn't make you feel like a burden for expressing your feelings. It welcomes your honesty, embraces your emotions, and makes space for your growth. So today, as you listen to this message, I want you to do one thing. Stop romanticizing confusion. Stop mistaking chaos for passion. Stop accepting bare minimum effort as a sign of love. You deserve someone who brings you clarity, not conflict, safety, not stress, joy, not tears. Because if they truly loved you, you wouldn't have to wonder, you wouldn't have to beg, you wouldn't have to hurt. You would know, stop guessing, love is clear. Let's be honest, love is not a mystery when it's real. It doesn't leave you confused, anxious, or wondering where you stand. You don't have to spend sleepless nights overanalyzing text messages or replaying conversations in your head trying to figure out what they meant. You don't have to sit in silence hoping for a sign, waiting for a call that never comes, or questioning if you're asking for too much. Because when love is real, you will never have to guess. You see, the right person will make it known. They make it obvious, not just in what they say, but in what they do. And that's important. Our love is not proven in words, it's proven in action. When someone genuinely loves you, their behavior aligns with their words. They don't disappear, they don't keep you waiting, and they don't leave you feeling like you're too needy for wanting consistency, communication, or respect. Real love makes you feel safe, not insecure. It brings peace to your heart, not storms to your mind. If you're constantly second-guessing their intentions, if you feel like you're walking on eggshells or trying to earn someone's attention, that's not love. That's emotional chaos. Love does not live in confusion. Love does not make you question your worth. You deserve someone who shows up. Not just when it's convenient, not just when they're lonely, not just when they want something. You deserve someone who chooses you daily, who makes an effort, without needing to be begged or reminded. Because love, when it's real, is not passive. It's active. It's consistent. It's intentional. If they loved you, they wouldn't leave you wondering. You wouldn't be left in the dark, trying to fill in the gaps or justify their silence. If they love you, they'd communicate, they'd check on you, they'd care about your feelings, your time, your energy. They'd prioritize you the way you deserve to be prioritized. So many people are out here trying to turn red flags into potential, trying to make excuses for behavior that screams, I don't value you, but deep down you know the truth. And I want you to hear this. You don't need to convince anyone to love you. You don't need to bend yourself into someone else's comfort zone hoping they'll finally see your worth. Because the right person, they will never let you question it. Their love will be loud in action, even if it's quiet in words. You won't have to wonder if they care. You'll feel it in how they treat you. You won't have to chase their attention. It will come naturally. Because when someone truly loves you, showing it isn't a task. It's their instinct. So stop guessing, stop doubting yourself. Love's meant for you will be clear, honest, and undeniable. If they loved you, you'd know. Actions always speak louder than words. We live in a world where people talk a lot. They'll say what they think you want to hear. They'll paint pretty pictures with their words. I love you, I miss you, you mean so much to me. But let me tell you something important. Words are easy. Actions are everything. You cannot build your self-worth on sweet nothings. You can't trust a future to someone whose present behavior constantly contradicts their promises. You can't feel safe with someone who says they love you but consistently makes you feel unloved. Because love, real love, isn't just something you say to keep someone close. It's something you prove every single day. When someone truly loves you, it shows in their effort. It shows in the way they listen to you when you speak. It shows in how they show up when you need them, not just when it's fun or convenient, but when it really matters. It shows in the way they protect your heart, not play with it. Too often, people fall for potential instead of reality. You see someone's charm, their charisma, their potential for love, and you think, maybe they'll change. Maybe one day they'll see how much I care and finally treat me the way I deserve. But let me ask you this. Why are you waiting to be loved the right way? Why are you accepting the bare minimum just because it comes with fancy words? Actions speak louder than any promise, louder than any apology, louder than any sweet talking. It's not about how often someone says they love you. It's about how they show it when no one's watching. Do they make time for you? Do they make you feel heard, valued, seen? Do they support your dreams, show up for your wins, and comfort you in your losses? If they constantly cancel plans, ignore your needs, make you feel like you're asking for too much, that's not love. That's emotional neglect wrapped in empty promises. And you deserve better than that. Real love won't confuse you. It won't leave you guessing. It won't leave you crying yourself to sleep, wondering if you're even enough. Because when someone truly loves you, their actions will be clear. Their effort will match their words. You won't need to beg for clarity or attention. It'll be given freely because you matter. Never settle for words when actions don't follow. If someone keeps telling you they love you, but their actions hurt, disappoint, or abandon you, it's time to stop listening to what they say and start believing what they show. Because how someone treats you is the clearest message they'll ever send. Don't fall for empty promises. Don't ignore the patterns. Don't stay in confusion, hoping for clarity that never comes. You deserve love that shows up. Love that stands strong. Love that makes you feel safe. Because if they loved you, you'd see it, you'd feel it, you'd know. You shouldn't have to beg for love. Let's be real. Love should never feel like a battlefield where you're constantly fighting just to be seen, heard, or valued. You shouldn't have to keep proving your worth to someone who claims to care about you. If love is real, it doesn't require you to shrink yourself, chase after someone, or keep asking, what are we, or do you even care? Let's be even clearer. You should never have to beg for love. If someone truly loves you, it won't feel like you're walking on eggshells. You won't feel like a burden when you express your needs. You won't feel anxious waiting for a reply, wondering if you said too much or not enough. Love doesn't make you question your value. It confirms it. Begging for attention, affection, or consistency from someone who can give it but chooses not to, that's not love. There's a relationship built on imbalance. That's you pouring your soul into someone who's barely lifting a finger to meet you halfway. And that's a dangerous place to be. Because over time, that kind of dynamic makes you believe that love must be earned, fought for, or deserved. But listen to this carefully. The right love won't make you beg. It'll meet you where you are, and it'll honor who you are. You're not hard to love, you're not too much, you're not asking for something unreasonable when you want communication, honesty, time, or support. These are not luxuries in a relationship, they are the basics. And if someone makes you feel like your standards are too high, it's only because they are unwilling or incapable of rising to meet them. It's not your job to keep giving someone chances they don't appreciate. It's not your responsibility to hold onto a connection where you are the only one doing the work. Love should be mutual. Love should be balanced. Love should be safe. Stop lowering your standards just to keep someone who wouldn't even reach for you if the roles were reversed. Stop trying to fix things that you didn't break. Stop blaming yourself for someone else's inability to love you right. That's not your way to carry. The moment you stop begging is the moment you reclaim your power. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you start healing. Because begging for love drains you. It depletes your spirit and makes you forget just how powerful, worthy, and deserving you truly are. Real love lifts you, it doesn't deplete you. Real love brings peace, not confusion. Security, not fear. Confidence, not anxiety. So if you're always the one holding things together, if you're the only one reaching out, fixing, compromising, ask yourself, is this love or is this survival? You don't need to beg to be chosen. You don't need to beg to be respected. You don't need to beg to be loved. Because if they truly love you, you wouldn't have to ask. You know, real love feels safe, not confusing. Let's clear something up. Real love should never feel like a puzzle you're constantly trying to solve. It should not leave you second-guessing yourself or questioning whether you're good enough. If you're always confused, if you're always wondering where you stand, let me tell you right now, that's not love, that's emotional chaos. Real love brings clarity, it gives you peace. You don't have to decode mixed signals. You don't have to analyze every text. You don't have to wonder why they were so sweet one day and distant the next. When someone genuinely loves you, you will feel emotionally secure, not emotionally exhausted. You won't be playing games like, should I text them first or did I come off too strong? Real love removes the doubt. Real love makes you feel chosen every single day, not just when it's convenient for them. And that feeling, that's priceless. A relationship that's filled with confusion is usually filled with manipulation, fear, or inconsistency. And let me tell you, consistency is the love language of the emotionally mature. If someone truly values you, they'll show up for you in ways that speak louder than words. They won't disappear when things get hard. They won't make you beg for time or reassurance. They'll be there day after day, showing up with love, respect, and effort. Love is not supposed to feel like an emotional roller coaster. You shouldn't feel high one day and completely disregard it the next. That's not passion. That's instability. And it's not your job to fix someone's emotional immaturity just because you care about them. When love is real, it feels like home. You feel safe in someone's presence. Safe to speak, safe to feel, safe to be yourself without fear of judgment or rejection. That safety builds trust. That trust builds depth. And that depth, that's where real love lives. If you're in a situation where you're constantly wondering what's going on, constantly anxious, constantly feeling like something isn't right, that's your intuition speaking. And your intuition is powerful. It's not being paranoid, it's not being needy, it's being honest. And when your heart and mind are out of alignment like that, it's a clear sign something is missing. So ask yourself, does this love bring me peace or confusion? Does it ground me or leave me feeling lost? If it's the latter, then maybe, just maybe, it's time to stop chasing love that hurts and start holding out for love that heals. Because when someone loves you, they don't keep you guessing. They make sure you know. They make you feel safe, and when you feel safe, you can finally be free. Never settle for confusing love. Never settle for half effort. You deserve the kind of love that leaves no room for doubt. And remember this, if they loved you, truly loved you, you'd never have to question it. You'd know if you have to chase it, it's not real love. Let's talk about chasing, because some of you are running so hard after someone who's barely walking toward you. You're exhausting yourself emotionally, mentally, even spiritually, trying to hold on to something that doesn't want to be held. And let me tell you something from the heart. If you have to chase it, it's not real love. Love doesn't require begging. It doesn't require convincing someone of your worth. It doesn't need you to constantly prove you're good enough to be chosen. When someone loves you, they see you, they recognize your value, they want to be there, and you don't have to beg them for consistency, effort, or respect. The truth is, real love meets you where you are. It doesn't make you run after it. It comes to you willingly, wholeheartedly, and without conditions that require you to sacrifice your dignity. But chasing? That's a one-sided story. That's you trying to fill in the blanks for someone who doesn't even bother to write their part. You can't build love by chasing people who are running from commitment. You can't find peace in someone who thrives on emotional distance. And you sure can't find real love with someone who doesn't even know how to love themselves. Sometimes we think that if we just try a little harder, text them first, show more affection, give more time, they'll finally see our worth. But here's the hard truth. If they haven't already seen it, they probably don't want to. And that has nothing to do with your value and everything to do with their inability to receive love. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the dynamic. You're showing up with your whole heart and they're showing up with crumbs. And yet you keep chasing, hoping one day they give you what you deserve. But you know what? You don't have to chase what's meant for you. The right person will meet you halfway. They'll make effort, a two-way street. They'll match your energy, your loyalty, your heart. You won't feel like you're constantly running in circles trying to earn their affection. Real love doesn't run from you. It runs to you. It chooses you every day, not just when it's convenient, not just when they're lonely or bored or in need of comfort, but in the moments when it matters most. When life is hard, when communication gets tough, when showing up means more than just words. So stop chasing, stop begging, stop trying to convince someone to love you. Because the person who truly loves you won't need to be chased. They'll stay. They'll show up. They'll choose you without hesitation. And that's the kind of love you deserve. Never forget, if they loved you, you wouldn't be running after them. You'd already be standing side by side. And you'd know letting go isn't weakness, it's power. Letting go is one of the hardest things you'll ever have to do, especially when your heart is still full of hope. But listen closely. Letting go isn't weakness. It's power. It's choosing peace over chaos. It's choosing yourself when someone else didn't. And that right there is the beginning of your healing. Sometimes we hold on to people not because they're right for us, but because we're afraid of what life looks like without them. We cling to the idea of what they could have been, what the relationship should have been, or what we wished they were. But the harsh reality is, they're not. They weren't, and maybe deep down you always knew that. But still you gave chances, you held on, you tried to love them into loving you. And now you're left wondering why you feel so drained, why your heart feels heavy, why you're always questioning your worth. The truth? You were never supposed to carry that burden. Because love, real love, doesn't weigh you down, it lifts you, it nourishes your soul, it makes you feel safe, not small. It doesn't leave you confused, it brings clarity. If you're constantly questioning where you stand with someone, then maybe you're standing in the wrong place. Letting go isn't about bitterness. It's not about revenge. It's about choosing to stop shrinking yourself for someone who couldn't see your light. It's about honoring your own journey and finally understanding that your peace is worth more than their presence. You might think you'll never find a love like that again, but that's just fear talking. You don't need a love like that. You need a love that shows up, that stays, that grows with you. And you can't make room for that kind of love while your hands are still full of someone who never really held yours back. Letting go means breaking free from the emotional roller coaster. It means waking up and realizing you don't deserve to be an option, a backup plan, or a convenience. You are not someone's maybe. You are not someone's when I'm ready. You are someone's right now, someone's forever. And when you let go of the wrong person, you create space for that right person to find you, or better yet, for you to find yourself. Because the most powerful love story begins when you stop chasing after others and start choosing you. So lift your head, wipe your tears, and walk forward with strength. Let go, not because you're giving up, but because you're rising up. You're choosing a better path, even if it's lonelier at first. Remember this, if they loved you, you'd know. And if they didn't, it's your time to grow. Don't look back. You're not going that way. The future is brighter, and it starts with letting go. Ladies and gentlemen, let this be the moment you decide to stop accepting confusion where you deserve clarity. Let this be the moment you stop shrinking to fit into someone else's lack of capacity to love you the way you deserve. Let this be the moment you remind yourself that real love will never require you to abandon yourself. You are not asking for too much, you're simply asking the wrong person. It's time to break free from the cycle of seeking validation from someone who can't see your worth. It's time to stop rewriting your value to fit someone's broken version of love. You are not hard to love. You're just no longer available for half love, almost love, inconsistent love, or love that only shows up when it's convenient. Because real love is consistent. Real love is intentional. Real love doesn't ghost you when things get difficult. It stays, it fights, it grows, and most importantly, it shows. And if you've been sitting in a relationship that constantly leaves you second guessing, doubting, or blaming yourself, let this be your wake-up call. You are not meant to chase love, you're meant to be met with love. Stop begging for the bare minimum from someone who should be giving you the world. Stop justifying red flags and calling it potential. Stop pouring from a cup that never gets refilled. Love should not cost you your peace. Love should not require you to beg for presence, affection, or respect. You should never have to wonder if someone wants you. You should never have to plead for them to treat you right. Because love is not proven in how loud someone talks when they want to keep you. It's proven in how quietly, consistently, and respectfully they show up when it matters most. Here's the truth. The love you dream about exists. The kind that honors you, respects you, grows with you, and supports your evolution. It exists. But it won't come into your life while you're still clinging to what's breaking you. You have to make room for it by walking away from what's beneath you. You have to make space by refusing to settle for less than what you give. You are the standard. So raise it. Raise it for every time you stayed when you should have walked. Raise it for every tear you cried, wondering why they didn't choose you. Raise it for every silent night you spent trying to be easy to love. Because you are already enough. You are already worthy. You are already deserving. Never forget, real love doesn't require convincing. It requires alignment. And when love is real, it won't make you beg. It will meet you, embrace you, and grow with you. So stop settling, start choosing yourself, and remember this. If they truly loved you, you wouldn't have to beg. You wouldn't have to chase. You wouldn't have to wonder. You would know. And now you do.